Hi, welcome to my tube. Disrespect around here. Keijin. Wow, blessed be. Reconnected with an old frequency. Oh my God. God, thank you. That reminds me. I'm gonna start this little conversation about how I feel about things. My name's Marge. I'm Heyoka. Inviting God into the room, into the area, into the chat, into our frequency, into our zone. God first, God Almighty first. And today is such a beautiful, beautiful day. I got some stuff done. I did. I got some chores done. Accomplished some things. Marked them off the list. I'm wearing some of my old jewels today. I don't ever wear them all at the same time, but I'm like, I'm just gonna do it up today. I put on my watch. I haven't put this watch on in probably 4 years. I love this watch. It was a graduation gift. I got a gift certificate, and it was from a family-owned jeweler in small-town Bellevue. You know, several generations. It's been in the family. It was still in the family, and I love this watch. I see when I buy things, I buy things that last and that are sturdy. So I do research, and I always figure most anything in life can be done for anywhere from about 50 to $100. Anything more than that, people are just living from ego, and there's no spirit in that. I was. The gifts keep just coming. Thank God, God, goodness, man, goodness be. I like things that make me go jingle, because I like to dance. I like to dance. Meheoka, I'm all about rhythm and frequency and balance and high vibrational stuff. And I was. Thank you, Fragine, for this. If this is not the coolest thing, it's a rattle. Because I like turtles. I like the name Standing Turtle. And a woman I ain't never met before. Found this and got it for me. It has the whole story. If I wasn't crying right now, I'd read it to you, but the print is really small. And I read it to Mom a little while ago. According to some Indian traditions, the original rattle was a gift from the spirits. Therefore, the object of the rattle is to invoke the spirits. See, I invoke good spirits, and I recognize bad ones, and I can help usher them back to where they need to be in a higher frequency. You know, it's in my horoscope. If you go to the Peace Dealer and look in reading for Heyoka, so I can exorcise evil spirits. I've been doing it my whole life. That's why I'm an authority magnet. So you gotta face the dark spirits before you can usher them to the light. People haven't wanted to face the dark spirits. I've been facing dark spirits my whole life. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you, Satan. That has sustained me. The feathers. Rattles were considered sacred objects and were many times symbolically painted to be employed in rituals, religious festivals, and by medicine men or shaman or a woman in healing rituals. Don't want to snot. I almost snotted. I've kind of ruined the moment. They were fashioned from animal hooves, horns, turtle shells, and rawhide, differing somewhat in shape, size, and ornamentation depending on the tribe or individual marker. Some rattles were handheld, while others, such as turtle shell types, I don't think I could wear turtle shell unless they were passed on in a natural way. But ain't nothing gonna freaking give its life for me so I could dance around and make something jingle. I'm patient enough to wait, and if it outwaits me, then maybe it could wear something of me. Maybe the turtle could wear some of my bracelets and it can jingle. Hey, okay, yeah. We're fastened to the calf area of dancers. I tried that with it. I was like, I see that. I can picture that. That would be cool. Because I was dancing around in the backyard a little while ago with the flowers. Pounding out a steady rhythm in conjunction with drums. The rattle has a hard wood handle wrapped in soft buckskin. The rawhide head is hand laced and hand painted Brass tacks such as these were traded to various tribes and were used as decor a variety of items. The arrowheads, medicine wheel, and trade beads all would have had significance and meaning only to the owner. The eagle feathers simulated. They're simulated. It says, I don't know what that means. How do you simulate? Because there's feathers on here, but I don't understand what they. I would rather know what they actually are than what they're trying to be in every situation in life. Were of supreme value and were handled only by the most prominent tribal members. Well, I could actually reach out to Felinda Beaver, B-E-A. I got the census number. They can look up what's in what if they have. But see, I've never seen arrow because I grew up in Northern California, so it was always black obsidian. So I don't know what stone this is, and I'm kind of a stonehead in many ways, and I know my rocks and stuff, but not. This is not like any. This is like brown obsidian. It's like obsidian, but it's just not black. I'm used to black. It's like dark as night shit. Anyway, isn't that rad? Hey, if anybody's feeling low and behold, check this out. This is my heart space mission. I came up with straight people like rainbows too, because I hated that anybody tried to commandeer the rainbow. Divided We Fall was talking about that earlier today. You know, you can't commandeer things like land and stuff like that, and people are starting to figure stuff out. It's really cool how the Earth is. It's already 5D now. People need to start acting as if you live on the 5D Earth. You know, like I don't know. How come more people aren't dancing around the aisles like I am at the grocery store? You know. Every now and again, I'll get a lady in her 70s. She'll kind of bust it out, or like, "What do you listen to?" You know, and I'll be like, "Oh, whatever I'm listening to," and I'll put it over her ears. Oh yeah, you know, people need to freaking bring that joy with them wherever you go, because we're gonna need it in the next few months, man. It's gonna get pretty dark, so we need these little rays of light. Just hey, what's up? Just to break the tension in the world. So people are feeling low. I came up with this when I was 9. Straight people like rainbows too. And it's in the color spectrum, and it's tectorial because it's embroidered. So when I get worked up and I need to focus on something besides like not picturing ripping somebody's face off because I'm mad, you know, I don't. I watched a lot of TV when I was growing up, and there's a lot of cartoons and stuff that go floating around my head. So sometimes I meet calamity with like somebody being a jerk in life, and I'll take something from something I saw on Laurel and Hardy, or you know, conking somebody in the head with a skillet, you know, doink, with the anime, with the cartoons and stuff like that, because I saw too much of that stuff in real life. So the actual harm of a human being is just the karma to even pretend like that is awful, I know, but sometimes it's my comic relief. It's just how I cope. Because I've had to cope and put up with a lot of bullshit. Because I'm an authority magnet, man. I'm a strong woman. I'm 5'2", and people always like to make sure that they know that where my place is. I know where it is. My place is, I'll let you have this one. That's where my place is. So, flowers are getting some. Flowers are so cool. They do pick up low vibrational. That's the thing, is they take low vibes out of the room. So some of these are like, they're not going to bloom, but I thought they were going to bloom. But it had been rainy the last couple of days, so they hadn't gotten a lot of sunlight. I'm good about water and stuff like that, but holy heck. I was like, Mom, you know what I'm mad about? Not that I'm really mad about anything. But I'm like, the carnations, I never really liked carnations. I never really have. But I'll be darned if they do not smell the best. Carnations. Oh my goodness. I mean, the roses are like meh. It's like powder soap in a you know, in the 1980s, in the public restroom or public school system. That stuff you went conk, 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 and it would come out in clumps. Anyway, I have it. This is stopped on. It looks like 11:11. It really does. It's like 11 and 11 seconds. And I haven't worn this. That's so funny. In so many years. I miss it. I have to get a battery for it. I go through batteries a lot. I'm an electronic slider. Anyway, if people are feeling low and behold, this is my email too. So this is multi-tacual. This is like my life mission. Straight people, like, inclusion is what it is inclusion. Then that people don't need to, this is a free spirit, free reign earth, and ain't nobody need to be controlling anyone. And there's enough abundance for everyone, and the greedy freaking kid eaters have been taking it all for so long, but people are fixing that, and we're coming into God. Everybody's coming into their Jesus, because see, all the evil that exists is the evil that's within ourselves, that what we allow in our lives, the no vibrational frequency, the ego, easing God out is one of the best acronym I ever got from any. I hated all that one day at a time, easy does it, all that shit, but freaking easing God out, that one I can get behind out, because is this money, property, prestige? Which one are you doing right now, Marge? What's your flair? What's your button? What button is it pushing, Marge? Why you got buttons? Don't you have a higher power? Buttons are for what people like to control things. People like to control things. I always hit let's see what happens when we hit the stop button. Let's see what happens if we hit the call button for the attendant. I just want to see what happens. I don't mean to make the train stop or anything like that. I don't mean to shut down the flight line. Have I not told that story in a while? How I got the flight line and off it shut down? I'm not telling it today. But I did. It was because of a parts run. I'll just say that, and someone got overzealous about not really a suspicious package, but they closed the whole flight line. Whatever. I come back from a meeting. Marge! People don't understand how much weight can be carried in a name. Marge, my whole entire life. People say it with this nasty Marge. Because I was just always happy, Marge, bring it down, Marge. Take it down here, Marge. Be less happy, Marge. Be less, be less of what you are, Marge. And then once I hit, I don't know, never, I just never listened to them, and I'm always like, whatever. In 1992, I wore plaid shorts, a waiter-cut green waiter-cut jacket, and a freaking black homemade tuxedo shirt, and a bow tie. That was pretty bold in 92. So people are feeling sad. This is my email address, too, straightpeoplelike-rainbows2 at gmail.com. I was going to wrap up that point. I was going to get there. So, and I'm always open for communique. Email me, I just had a cool conversation with Carl, man. I just had to talk to Carl, man. That's where we go, we all go, we're all connected. And you know what? And he totally affirms the lad, because I'll talk to anybody, one time kind of thing, well, and then if we'll decide if we want to just have another conversation, because he might not want to talk to me, he might whoa, too much, he talks too much, because I get going, and I try and want to know about them and where they're from too, but I just get going, because I just rapid memory or rapid brain fire. I just get excited. When people get excited, they're supposed to think. They're not supposed to freak out. I'm going to bring these back into Mom quick and check on her quick. The flowers were only out here to get sun. I don't want my feet dirty, and I think I'm a little past that. Well, yep, I'm past that. My wants are null and void. So anyway, what other things happen? Oh, so yeah, people are feeling low or whatever, you know. Don't do nothing crazy, and don't be drinking no toxic alcohol and the stuff right now. Alcohol, it just brings evil. You're just inviting evil spirits. It don't make you feel good. It just makes you, invites the evil spirits to come in and frickin' ease God out. And then people do things and they're like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. And I know plenty of people that kill people, have killed people, living with that, you know, living the best version of their life. But every year there's an anniversary. Every year people are reminded, you know, are you living the way that you did to perpetuate that nasty stuff, or are people coming into their Jesus, you know, their frequency? I come into mine. I got too many examples. Oh, it's Jesse Thursday. I'm super excited. Excuse me. Oh, I just saw 17, 27, 57. That was pretty cool. All the sevens. Ding, 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 ding. If that don't alert nothing, or wake up some inklings. This is my favorite time of season. Well, no, that's not true. Spring is my favorite time of season, but this is my favorite time of season. This time of season. But I'm a spring chicken. I was born April 9th. So I'm spring. And when everything resurrects this spring, I just keep focusing on that. Of how wonderful and glorious everything is going to be this spring. With all the new varieties of because people are open and willing to receive all the gifts that God has to offer, because they've always been closed off. But first, they got to see that through the darkness, and so people are going to see who the cannibals and who the sadists and who has really been serving who. And it's not really. I mean, I've known about it my whole entire life, so I've never known of a world without it. And it's like the people in the groups that I've run with, I don't know, they never really talked about this stuff either, but it's such a prominent. My whole life has been supernatural. The mosquitoes start coming out, I'm running inside. I'm leaving. You guys are all on your own. I'm out. Mosquitoes start coming out. But it's always been, you know, my reality. So it's weird to me that other people have denied it for so long. I'm just like, what? Really? You're sure, you know, it's just like, really? It's just, to me, it's just really obvious. And they're like, no, they're just kidding. What? No, that's just stuff is just the movies. That ain't a defense. The fact that it's in the movies, it ain't a defense. Fucking no, that's not what they meant. No, it's not like that. I'm just like, what? If I had a square foot for every time I heard that, all my friends could come live with me, man. All my fellow travelers, all the freaking couch surfers, they could all come live with me. I had a square foot for every time somebody said that's not what they meant. That's not what I'm just like, well, what is the real then? Because terrible things happened to me when I was a 10-month-old baby, and now look what's coming out. My life validated. It's been important to me. You know, in my whole life, the accounts of things that have happened to me, people just said, no, that doesn't happen. And because they can't handle a world where that happens. And I'm like, well, it's my world. So, okay, it doesn't happen. In your world, things like me don't happen. So I just kind of bounce like a little pinball of doing whatever the fuck I want. All over the land. Oh my god. Where is my chat? I don't have a chat. Well, it's my own fault. Let me look on my phone. It was good to hear from. This was so cool, man. I'm like, you know, it's funny. I said, Mom, growing up, my whole life, people would buy me stuff. And I've been given a lot of really cool stuff. That's why I have cool stuff, and I'm a minimalist, because most of the stuff that I have is like this that has sentimental value to me. But I don't have a lot because not a lot of people have given me like stuff that rad, you know? And so, but I have a lot of really cool stuff. And I hope other people carry things in life that I've given to them that they carry in their life, that they remember me. Hi, Carl. My Little Margie. I did watch My Little Margie. I also watched I Married Joan too. That was one of my earlier. And Madam, the puppet. Terrible, but I love the Lander sisters. See, I was sexualized too young, and I liked ladies and stuff like that. And so it was just like, I don't know. I had such a hard time getting good with the feminine aspects of myself because I saw what my mom allowed, the abuse that she took, and I was just like, if that's what women are supposed to be and that's how they're supposed to do it, and they're supposed to be with men that kick the shit out of them and stuff, I don't fucking want nothing to do with that. So, I also like freaking Ma and Pa Kettle a lot too. There's my chat in here. It never connected back up over here. Maybe if I put a word in and go back to keyboard. Test. Oh, there I am. Somebody say something else. Here we go, when we go, all we are all connected. What time is it? It's 5:30. I got plenty of time. Mom's good. She just had her ice cream. Her stomach's back in order. And I see, like, you like. There we go. I was just wondering if the chat was there. I don't need to sit there and look at my chat because that is going to make my third eye twitch. Alright. So, because I always watch late night TV and stuff that was on the middle of the night because I could never sleep. I was always in a insomniac. I never could sleep because freaking just have always had a lot of energy, and I always had earaches in the middle of the night and freaking. And then it's so weird to find out a lot of that's demon stuff, a lot of that's energy stuff. And I remember old tales, and I've tried this stuff and I've done this stuff like putting a pot of water on the stove. I want to get a wood stove. I'd like the next place to have a wood stove, and if it doesn't, that's cool too because I'll just keep a pot of tea. Always keep a pot of tea, and it like keeps the air moving, doesn't allow things to get stagnant. It's when things get stagnant, those low vibes come in. They literally get attached to people. Demons get attached to people, and people do freaking weird stuff, man. And it's your neighbors, and it's your this, and it's your that, and it's your friends, and it's sometimes you find out that maybe you have these inklings in yourself that these because it was straight up. I was tripping out. I don't go on Twitter much, but it was like there was an article about like Lucy Fairy Tale, the Lucy Fairy Tale that was trending, like Satan was trending, and I was like, oh, we're already there. Okay, here we go. Because I'm like, people are gonna start living this stuff out loud that they straight up worship him, and it's gonna be World War III is a spiritual war. And people are gonna freaking succumb to their whims because they think it's cute and they think it's funny, and then once they actually do it, a lot of people aren't geared and aren't wired to be able. I don't care how many opioids you've taken. I don't care how many, how much drugs, how pickled your brain. I don't care. You're gonna be haunted by the wreckage of your past. And then when people keep living that wreckage, then that's where we got Babylon now. Now we got the apocalypse. Now we got end of times. People, it don't matter what version of the story, because it doesn't matter what part of the planet people are on. Religions all say the same thing. There's all this bigger source that we're, that is all about right and wrong, and eating people and Luciferian tales are not the right way, and people have been living the wrong way, and now there's hell to pay, and we're paying it, but the evil and the darkness is always allowed. They sit at the table like chess, and they're like, we're going to let this bad shit happen. God's like, so be it. People got to find the helpers. They got to be less greedy. We've had every time the calendar page flips and another year goes around, and the planets go do the same thing. Only the moon is, or the sun, the path has changed. The path has changed. It's in a way that it ain't never been before. Because I have had for the last 4 years, if I looked up this day, the last 4 years, or around the month, because I always get moonshots and stuff like that for full moons and stuff like that. You see the path where the trees are? It used to come up between these two trees, and now it's like bloop over there. It's like, I mean, it's like changed a lot, and the whales are being beached. When I see numbers like 400 whales being beached, see, whales travel by sonar. They're telepath. They're just like by frequency, by latitude and longitude. And when things change significantly, and they're just going back to where they always go, because that's what they follow their dee. But the beaches have moved because things have changed. That's when you get 400 of them on run up, and it freaking. But it's their soul contract. It's what they. Because we're all whales, so that's why you got to be good to whales. We're all a blade of grass. That's why you got to be good to the forest. We're all everything. And if you don't live this, if you don't, and the lady across the street is, I don't know what religion it is. Well, we don't believe in or I don't believe in, who doesn't believe in reincarnation? Is that Mormon? Because I'm ignorant. I know she's like, they have a church, and they they haven't been able to travel all around the world like they're used to on a pretty much monthly basis. Fly down to Central America, Colorado, where their church headquarters is. I'm like, well, I do a church, but mine's in my backyard. I talk to myself most days. Well, I got more people now, but my tribe's coming in. But ain't nobody pay my bills, and it's like they, never once offered me a shower, even, never once. Only the true friend I made here is the manager at the laundromat. She lets me come over and use her shower from time to time when time allowed, when I'm up for it too, But I'm just like, it's so funny that and they'll bring over like cinnamon rolls and stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, thanks. It's just so funny, the heart space, and that's why I'm just like, I remember 15 going to like church religious science. Now this isn't for me. And when I was in basic training on Sundays trying different churches, I always liked the Baptist church because they all sang and it was high vibrational, so high praise, that kind of stuff. But I guess I wasn't in the frequency to receive what the words and I don't know. Military chaplains are just, a chaplain's a chaplain, and I worked at a Jesuit university, and it's just, it doesn't matter what the group is. There's good ones or bad ones, and either I'm going to like the talker or not. And I tell you what, being in recovery and going to as many meetings I've been to in my freaking thousands of meetings, conferences and stuff like that, Oh my God, just listening to people's story, I just have collected data on human nature. And they all wear this. We all wear the same shoes. Because I do it too. Like, I'm a good-hearted spirit, and when I walk into a room, first thing I do is like, anybody got any Vans on? I look for, or like something like that. Who's got the, try and find the commonalities, because most of the time I walk in a room, it's like I can have a conversation with anyone about anything, but didn't mean I want to. So I'm looking for the fun ones. So anyway, thought it'd be fun to play dress up today a little bit. This one don't fit right. It's all smush, but it's waves. This is when I went through my Novica. Is that what it's called? Novica? Where you can buy stuff supposedly from South Africa. It's all from I don't know, it's all from the back of a truck someplace in New Jersey probably, but they get these little, they all come with their little labels with the story. Some are more authentic than others. You just take it for the heart space, and what's good is, it's good stuff. I love, the stuff that means something, that has a story with it to be told. I just love stories. When people make up stuff, it kind of annoys me, really, when people live lies. Oh my God, I've known some of the mom used to just lie about the stupidest stuff, and really, like, people just have always lied to me about. I'm like, really? Do you really think I'm gonna buy this? I mean, Do I look stupid? Do I look stupid? Because people, I'm not even like being a bullshitter right now, because people have straight up treated me like I'm dumb in my life. You know, like, I don't know, I think it's denial or something, but how long have I been talking? Because I want to go wind down a little bit, and yep, about 30-minute mark. I want to wrap up with this. This is not the same thing, same person, same supporter, giving gifts. The warrior's prayer. So many warriors are stepping up right now. Right now, they're stepping up. They're stepping up right now. And you know what's funny? Is like, purple is my least favorite color. Orange is my favorite. Purple is my least. You gotta have a least favorite because there's a lot of colors, but and purple is mine, and it's just so. I'm not gonna even go into all the reasons why, but I still doesn't mean that like everything I get is purple. I hate it because it's purple. You know what I mean? And there's people that live their lives that way or have lived their lives, but now they're lining up their chakras and energies, and they're waking up to a new way of feeling and thinking, and they're allowing new things. You know, and we're gonna see more weird shit, and like, you know, we're gonna see more weird shit because people are coming into who they are. You know, people are changing and shifting and stuff like that. So I want to wrap up with this, and then maybe I'll see some folks over on the chat on Jesse's talk over at David Zaborik's the dark. I said it earlier. Now I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember. Anyway, the warrior's prayer. I am what I am. In having faith in the beauty within me, I develop trust. In softness, I have strength. In silence, I walk with the gods. In peace, I understand myself and the world. In conflict, I walk away. In detachment, I am free. In respecting all living things, I respect myself. In dedication, I honor the courage within me. In integrity, in eternity, I have compassion for the nature of all things. In love, I unconditionally accept the evolution of others. In freedom, I have power. In my individuality, I express the God force within me. In service, I give what I have become. I am what I am. Eternal, immortal, universal, and infinite. And so be it. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.